Good afternoon, and thanks for having us in. New this midday, we have an update on the two deadly crashes over the weekend in Sioux Falls. Police say Byron Hedges Jr. was driving the motorcycle that crashed into an SUV at 8th Street and North Cole Avenue. The Sioux Falls man died at the scene. He was 40 years old. Meanwhile, 50-year-old Alfred DeMoshet died after crashing into the quarry in the area of West Madison Street and North Lyons Boulevard Saturday morning. Sioux Falls police are still investigating both crashes and are waiting on autopsy results to figure out exactly what happened. A Fort Thompson man is charged with involuntary manslaughter. According to an indictment, Heath Langdo is accused of being behind the wheel of a car that killed Eric Thompson in June of 2022. The document says Langdo was driving in a grossly negligent manner. A potentially costly reminder to be careful of who you trust online. Police say a Brookings man met a woman on TikTok who convinced him to get $100,000 in cryptocurrency and invest it using a fake app. Police say the woman appeared to be using stolen accounts, but they aren't saying exactly how much the scam ended up costing the man. Turning now to a first look at our midday forecast. It's a lot going on up there, Scott, in northeastern South Dakota right now, right?
Well, we do have a lot of wind, and the wind is the main culprit behind everything for today. We had that yesterday. We had blizzard warnings in effect across northeastern South Dakota. Those have now expired. Let's go ahead and start with our peak wind gusts over the past 24 hours. We made it up to 62 miles per hour in Aberdeen, 53 in Watertown, 47 for that gust in Brookings, 54 Sioux Falls, 57 in winter. We'll get to the current winds coming up here in just a bit, but we do have mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies. Yeah, nice to see the sun. It looks nice from inside, but when you walk outdoors, well, it's cold. This is Futurecast over the next 12 hours, trying to hold some cloud cover in eastern and southeastern Kettleland. It looks like we will stay dry throughout the day and into tonight, as temperatures are in the single digits and teens. Rapid City, though, coming in at 20. We have 15 in Yankton, 13 in Worthington, 9 in Brookings and in Watertown. And the winds from the north right now, 15 to 30 miles per hour, giving us this wind chill in the minus single digits and minus teens to cover much of eastern Kettleland. The current wind gusts not as strong as what we've had earlier this morning or during the overnight hours, but we still have wind gusts in the 30 to near 40 mile per hour range. Temperatures today will remain cold, numbers mainly in the teens for afternoon highs. We may see some 20s in central and western South Dakota. Cold tonight, temperatures on either side of zero in eastern Kettleland. Teens will try to hold in central and western South Dakota. Winds becoming light. Light winds tomorrow, mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies, remaining cold in the east, but a little warmer for central and western South Dakota with temperatures in the 30s. I'll have more details on the Kettleland Live Doppler forecast coming up.
Thank you, Scott. This return of winter weather is impacting drivers in the northeastern part of our viewing area. According to the South Dakota 511 website, Interstate 29 is closed from Watertown to North Dakota. Conditions of blowing snow, ice, and visibility of less than a quarter mile were reported. No travel is advised on other roads in the area. The Premier Playhouse in Sioux Falls is set to unveil a double feature of plays, and each is locally written and performed. The premieres hits the stage Thursday night at the Washington Pavilion. The twin bill features the theater at night and, broadly speaking, and other BS.
These are two half-length original plays by local playwrights curated into one evening of performance. And so what Sioux Falls audiences will be seeing is a completely local production.
The premieres debuts tomorrow night at 7. We'll hear from the crew about working on an original production tonight on Kettleland News. One day after getting a classified briefing on the 3 objects the U.S. military has shot down in recent days, Senate lawmakers are receiving another closed-door briefing today, this one about the Chinese spy balloon. It comes as new information has surfaced about the balloon. Nicole D'Antonio reports from Washington.
There's new information about the Chinese spy balloon that the U.S. military shot down off the Atlantic coast. CBS News has learned U.S. intelligence tracked the balloon from Hainan Island off the south coast of China last month. It drifted east towards Guam and Hawaii before heading north over Alaska. Officials say it's possible the balloon was blown off course, but they insist the Chinese still had control when it floated south over the lower 48 states. As for the 3 objects shot down this weekend by U.S. fighter jets, the strongest theory from the intelligence community is that the objects were likely harmless research balloons. Efforts are still underway to recover what's left of them. Pilots tracking the one shot down over Lake Huron weren't sure what they saw.
I can see like lines coming down below, but I can't see anything below it. It's definitely smaller than a car.
Senate lawmakers are receiving classified briefings on the situation, but many Republicans are calling on President Biden to address the American public directly.
My phone's ringing off the wall, and we got a president of the United States and not saying anything.
In Beijing today, some pushback from the Chinese after the U.S. blacklisted 6 Chinese entities for their suspected involvement in the surveillance balloon program. A foreign ministry spokesperson promised countermeasures and once again accused the U.S. of escalating the situation. Nicole D'Antonio, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
The U.S. said the suspected Chinese balloon was equipped to detect and collect intelligence signals, but Beijing insists it was a weather research airship.